Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks, and we're right here at Computex 2013. It's Friday. For us, it's the last day. And what we've got right here is a tablet from the company called CZC Tech from Shenzhen. And what they're actually doing is, this is a 9.7-inch Bay Trail based, Intel Atom Bay Trail based, or it's not Atom anymore since this is the new Intel Celeron N2910 in there. It's a quad-core CPU running at 1.6 gigahertz. The device had 4 gigabytes of RAM. In this case, they're planning a low-end version with 2 gigs, but I told them rather go with 4 gigs because people like it better. There's a 64 gig SSD in there, and what you see right here is a 9.inch Retina display. It's basically the same size as on the iPad. It's probably sourced from the same sources, but it's not the same high quality, but it's the same super high resolution. So what you get is basically a 9.7-inch tablet where you can have, in this case, the resource manager, we have the Internet Explorer on the right, and the task manager down here, so you'd be easily able to actually put two whole websites on this one screen. It's kind of hard to use the device in this super high resolution without turning up the DPI values on the desktop, because it's really hard to actually hit any icons. As you can see up here, it gets really hard to read stuff, but if you turn up the DPI settings on Windows 8, it actually should be easily doable to work with it. Let's take a look at the start screen. If you open that up, you'll see another good thing about the high resolution is that you get more rows of live tiles on there. So this is actually 5 rows of live tiles on here. Usually you would have 4, or on the lower end devices with 1366 by 768 resolution, only 3 rows. So in this case, you really get a lot of live tiles on here. You can, on Windows 8, it'll be more packed because you have different live tile sizes. So this device is really interesting for us, and the performance is pretty good. It's getting kind of warm. There's an 8,100 milliampere hour battery in there. It's close to 700 grams. So they're trying to work on that because Intel still has to optimize the battery runtime on its on the new chips, or the drivers at least, to get higher runtimes, because right now they're stuck at about 6 hours of runtime on this huge battery, and Intel is telling us that it's supposed to run much longer, so there's a lot of work to do on that. But if Intel figures that out, we're looking at devices like this, which are thinner, lighter, and have a bigger or much longer battery life, if Intel can really get it done. Let's get a quick look around this device. Up here we have a light sensor for adjusting the brightness of the display. We have a webcam up here which can be configured by the company or by any reseller that buys the devices from CZC, because they're not selling straight to retail. You gotta remember that. That's an ODM company. So they're looking for partners in the Western world, or pretty much anywhere in the world, who want to sell these devices. So another thing about that is actually that the design is not final. You can still figure out stuff like the size, the shape of the device, and the casing and the materials and all that. So on the back we have an aluminum finish right here, which looks kind of like an iPad, but they're open to anything. They said they would do black coating or plastics or whatever any company likes to get the price right. What we see up here is a speaker on the left. There's this panel right here is made of plastic because on top of the device you actually have a SIM card slot. So there's the option to actually have an LTE 4G or 3G modem in there to use the device on the go. There's a webcam supposed to be here, but Intel has not yet released the drivers or the specs for using the rear cam on the new Bay Trail platform, so there's actually not a camera mount module in there. There's another speaker right there, and that's basically it on the back. On the left side we have pretty much all the ports and buttons. So this is the volume rocker, we have the power button right here. This is the headphone jack, it's a mini HDMI out, and this is an SD card slot. This is a full-size USB port. On Bay Trail you should actually be able to put USB 3.0 in there. Down here we have the power plug, and that's pretty much it. On the bottom there's a microphone right there, and the company is actually asking around and asking the buyers at the show here in Taiwan how they would like design to be if you can actually dock a keyboard in here, and they're actually thinking about it. Actually, there's some magnets in here already, so I can feel that it's getting stuck to this to this keyboard. So thing is, they're thinking about the transformer style form factor, like on the Asus transformer devices, or maybe a keyboard folio case so you can fold it up. And right now they have a cover that is working pretty much like on the iPad, so you can just click it in and then turn it around, fold it up like this, and make it stand. So this is the CZZ Chinese 9.7-inch Retina tablet running Intel Atom Bay Trail, one of the higher-end quad-core CPUs that is coming out this year from different brand names at Computex 2013. I was Roland with Mobile Geeks. See you later.